John D., congratulations, you are first. All right. Oh. Thanks for the membership, Grey Knight. How come the chat makes you have to wait 1 minute before I can say anything when I'm already a member? I don't know what you mean by that. Ah. Live chat says subscriber only mode, where you type in. It makes me wait a full minute every time I come back to the chat. Okay, that's weird. Is it unsubscribing you? I think it's unsubscribing you. Yeah, it's got to be some kind of YouTube glitch. Is training a muscle 2 times a week better than 1 time a week? Yes. Certainly is. Those are 45-pound plates. 20 kilos would be slightly less. I think it would be 44 pounds. We don't use kilo plates really in Canada. It's only for like powerlifting competition that you ever see that. When are you making your epic return to Mega Bloodbath? I mean, if you have some dumbass who wants to debate me on something, just message me. Ugh.
This is an early stream for you. Are you keeping better? Started time restricted eating TRE? How much snow did you get from the storm? You upped your dosages?
I got a little bit of sleep last night, but when I did that late stream, I'd already slept for quite a while. So I'm hoping I've got my sleep schedule turned around now. I'm gonna try staying up for the rest of the day. I have not started time-restricted eating. We didn't really get much snow at all. Like with that big winter storm, that mostly hit Toronto. That didn't really hit my area. Got cold as fuck, but yeah, as far as snow goes, didn't really hit our area. And yeah, I upped the test dosage. I think I was injecting like 37 milligrams or something per day. I upped it to 50. So, weekly test dosage went from 267 to 350 now. Thanks for the donation, though, James. I'm thinking of just doing 320, honestly. Because, I keep missing like a full 10 reps on 315, so fuck it, let's just do 320. Let's go for like 8. Hopefully we can get at least 7. I don't know why, but I really have trouble with high reps, especially with upper body. Like, it feels light and everything, but then I just can't get, like, past fucking 8. Yeah, I am training with the interest of going on a bodybuilding stage. I can try to find some debates if you are still doing debates. Haven't heard from you in forever. Yeah, sure. I'd be down. So, there's some fucking idiots who want the smoke. Sure. Motherfuck. All right, that was perfect. Right in range. And that's an all-time PR. Opinion on Mike Menser's training style. I think doing one set to failure is not ideal for most people. Like, everyone's built different, right? Everyone has different genetics, different capacity for recovery, different response to training. So, like, people like Mike Menser, Dorian Yates. Dorian Yates is probably the best example you could use for that, like, hit style training. If they achieve the highest levels of success in the sport training that way, then there's a very good likelihood that training style is responsible for getting them where they are. Not like, so they're as good as they are because of the training, not in spite of it. So you can try it, see how it works for you, but like chances are it's not going to be ideal. You'd make more gains just doing more sets.
With increased dosing, more water retention happen?
So far, no. The water retention issue seems to have just been entirely from the low thyroid. So since I've been on the thyroid meds, haven't had water retention issues. So doesn't seem to be a problem right now anyway. Thanks for the donation though, James.
I seen the last debate you had. The guy kept going around the debate and he knows he can't make a good explanation. Why do you debate with idiots, Fiji?
Those are the only fucking people who want the smoke. Like, by the way, you can't just accuse me of only debating idiots. Like, that guy has 2 PhDs. He has a PhD in biochemistry and a PhD in something else. So it's not like the guy is a fucking full-fledged retard who's selling pencils on the side of the road or something. Like, you know, what are you going to do? But yeah, those are the only people who want the smoke. Thanks for the donation, though, PP Hole. Yeah, I'm only on test right now. I've been on 350 test a week before. That wasn't for very long, though. That was for about a month. But yeah, this is the highest test dose I've run. How many calories eat a day? About 3,000. Are adjustable dumbbells worth it? They can be. If you want the most economical solution, I would recommend just getting Olympic dumbbell handles. That'd be the cheapest because the dumbbell handles themselves, if you get a good pair, they're usually just like maybe between 60, 80 bucks. And then you can just use your Olympic plates. So that would be the cheapest option. Like, most people don't have the money or the space to get a full dumbbell set, especially if you're going to get a dumbbell set that goes to like 150 pounds or something. And if you live in an apartment, like, that's pretty much a no-go. Benefit with dumbbell handles too is you can microload them. If you just get like normal dumbbells, you have to just use whatever weights on the dumbbell, unless they're like metal and you can attach a magnet to it. But the good thing with adjustable dumbbells, like the dumbbell handles, is you can use microplates, so progression becomes a lot easier. When did I start taking steroids? August 1st of last year. So it's been a few months. All right. Let's do another set. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Weight still steady or gained?
I almost certainly gained some weight. Well, I had to have. I've definitely gotten bigger and stronger. I just look bigger, and my weight, like the weights I'm using, have gone up quite a bit. So, last I weighed myself, I was 240. Probably a little bit over that now. I'll weigh myself like tomorrow or something. Haven't bothered weighing myself lately because my sleep's been like really up and down. So it's hard getting an accurate weight measurement when you weigh yourself at different times. I benched 410 pounds completely naturally. I benched 410, what, like 2 years ago? How long has it been? It's been over a year. So, wait. No, it's like a year and a half. So that was well before I went on steroids. So, yeah. I don't know why people are so fucking stupid. And I benched 315 a long ass fucking time ago for a single. Like, that's got to be like 5 years now, or more than that. That was like back when I lived in Guelph. Well, I did 410 when I was natty at a body weight of 270. Then I lost 70 pounds in 3 months. I got down to 200. I went on like a crazy fucking crash diet. And then later, when I went on steroids, I went from 200 to 230 in 3 months. And then I've sort of steadily gained since then. I don't know where you got the idea that I'm a mega fucktard. Where do people get these fucking ideas? There's some dumbasses blowing up my fucking Instagram, accusing me of being like some Trump supporter because I had that debate with Destiny, where I said like it was a good idea for Trump to go after Maduro, and then for some reason people turn that into being like some ideological mega whack job. Like, Trump probably also wipes his ass. I think wiping your ass is probably a good idea. Doesn't mean I support Trump. How many grams of protein are you consuming daily? Getting around 250. Haven't had to ban anybody from chat yet. Don't think I banned anybody last night. Maybe I did, actually. One spammer. Yeah, I'd say I'm a hyper responder to steroids. The first 20 pounds I gained, that was only on 210 milligrams a test. So you can look at my Instagram, see the before and after in only 2 months. Like, most people aren't going to make progress like that on a low dose like that. Testosterone can certainly have cognitive benefits. There's probably a reason why women have higher rates of Alzheimer's dementia.
I weighed myself last week. I'm 185. People say I look like 160, but no, I actually don't look fat either, so my goal is 190 at least. I'm about 5 feet 8 inches. I actually eat pretty healthy.
190 at 5'8" is pretty big. So, yeah, if you're already 185, I'm sure you can do it. Thanks for the donation, PP Hole. Those are 45-pound plates. It's 3 45s and a 2.5 on each side. So we just did 320. So I'm happy about that. I think it was a good idea to just do a weight jump. That is an all-time PR. Yeah, just for whatever fucking reason, I really struggle to get 10 reps whenever I'm benching. I've taken Pt2 before. It's good. I honestly think most people probably should be on it, given the rates of obesity. I've actually had an issue with my appetite ever since I was on antipsychotics. I went on antipsychotics to help treat my depression that I had. And what ended up happening was it killed my appetite. So since I've used them, I've been off of them for a while now, a few years. I've had a permanent reduction in appetite. So it's very easy for me to calorie restrict and diet. But the benefit that I get from retatrutide is prevents me from going hypoglycemic. So if I'm dieting, especially very aggressively, I don't have the like fainting and sort of dizziness that you can get. Dude, I fucking hate how goddamn cold it always is. If I wear a sweater, I start sweating, and then when I take it off, it's just fucking cold. I've got the heat on too. The way this house is set up, the heat vents are on the ceiling, so you never like feel it unless you like fucking blast the heat like crazy. I have to set the thermostat to like 25 degrees for the basement to feel like it's warmed up. Forgot to tell you, Cranky Vegan made another hit piece on Gary Yourofsky saying their studies that our approach doesn't work. He's full of shit. That guy is a fucking liar. I think I know what he's talking about. He linked some really shitty fucking paper, I think, from a psychology journal. And it's like written by a fucking autistic retard. It's written extremely poorly in a really bizarre manner, and it actually shows there's no benefit to either method. The kind of harsh approach or the like, you know, soft sort of approach. And I actually pointed that out to him in the comment section, and I offered to debate him on it, and he just deleted my fucking comment. So the guy's just completely and utterly full of shit, and he's a fucking liar. That cranky vegan guy, like, I genuinely really can't fucking stand him. I usually go by a heuristic where, you know, if somebody's vegan and they're not doing anything horrible, like if they're only annoying, I'd let them live if I had godlike powers. But like, he's one of the exceptions where it's like, that guy is such an asshole. If I was like Jesus or something, I'd literally evaporate him. You can just tell in his face. The guy is like this lying, weaselly, rat, dishonest fuck. Oh. All right. We can use some weight. Oh. I think I'll go with 35 pounds, which should be a 5-pound jump. Any videos planned anytime soon? Might do some vlogs. I am interested in maybe doing a few video responses to some people. Not anything like too high in effort. Like I don't think I'm gonna do any skits or anything just yet. But yeah, just some basic video responses. Oh, that felt good. Do you know much about MT2? Obviously the training side, but some say if it helps a cognitive function in autism even. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I have no idea what that is. I've heard of some peptides that supposedly promote neurogenesis and might be beneficial for people with like brain damage, concussions, shit like that. I have no idea though. I've never looked into it. I'd be a little wary of people talking up a lot of peptides. Oh, melanotan. Well, I know melanotan both protects against and helps fight skin cancer. That's what it was made for. And it also has an interesting effect where it can give you super hard erections. And they're actually looking into that specific pathway that it activates for new erectile dysfunction drugs. I don't know anything about autism
Who do you
or whatever,
think you
though.
will make video responses to VG?
Like Atlas Power Shrugged, that dumb fuck Revival Fitness. It's just shit about the natty community, like just being toxic retard dumb fucks. Like at least the noble natty fucking weirdos. What else? Do you want to make some videos just about steroids, debunking some of the myths? But thanks for the donation, Dodo. Yeah, I've never heard of melanotan helping autism. That's weird. If it did do that, I'd be wary of people talking up a lot of these newer peptides because one, they're usually selling it, so they're kind of bullshitting you to just make affiliate sales or something. And two, a lot of them don't really have that much human research, if any. A lot of it's just rodent studies, so I'd avoid peptides that have zero human research behind them and only rodents are taking them. And then, like, you'll hear Vigorous Steve said he took it and he felt amazing on it. Like, I wouldn't take anything like that. The biohacking kind of community are a bunch of whack jobs. And I would kind of put Vigorous Steve in the sort of almost a complete whack job camp. Like, he does have a lot of good information, but he's also kind of nuts. They I get it. I've kind of gone into that world a little with the steroids. And it is very exciting to kind of play with your body and use different drugs and see what they do. And I can kind of understand the mindset some of these people are in. But when you hear Vigor Steve talking about how he took some like weight loss drug that's only been given to rodents, has no human research, and then he talked about his body temperature increasing and it felt like he could eat whatever he wanted without getting fat, like I wouldn't take anything like that. It's probably just total bullshit. um, Vigor Steve has said some other weird shit before too. Like, he took YK11 and he said it felt like he was on Anadrol. So when he says shit like that, like pretty much everyone I've seen who's taken YK11, they've said it's either done nothing or they got really weird side effects from it and they didn't make any gains. So, like, when I hear that sort of shit from Vigor Steve, like, all the time, too, he'll make claims like that. He also said Increlex was, like, taking steroids when he was totally off. Like, I think he gets overly excited about shit.
Hit that double by Plaza. Looking insane.
Alright, sure, dude. Thanks for the donation, Splices. Do you think incline bench is better than flat bench if you're just focusing on aesthetics? No. I don't think you need that much incline pressing volume. I think where there might be a benefit to incline pressing is if you're trying to minimize injury risk. Doing like sets of 8 to 10 on incline press is definitely safer than doing sets of 8 to 10 on flat bench. So if you get really fucking strong, like you're doing sets of 8 to 10 with like close to 400 pounds, you can still snap your shit up, even though it's still a relatively lower relative intensity. So from a safety perspective, I would say it's better. From like a pectoral development perspective, I don't think it's superior. I don't think you need much incline press volume to really grow your upper pecs. It's way overhyped. You train your upper pecs when you do flat bench. And incline pressing doesn't seem to really activate your upper pecs more than flat bench. It just activates less of your lower pecs. Everybody's built differently though, so...
I have shit to send. Try be on Friday early VG or at least later today.
Okay, I'll try to be on early later today. Thanks for the donation, Bootycom. Yeah, like everybody's built differently. Like maybe if you have certain muscular insertions, you might need more incline pressing volume, but yeah, I just do one incline press movement a week, and I have pretty well developed upper pecs. Dorian Yates was really big on incline pressing and decline pressing. And he just said that was only because injury risk. Those are just safer movements. Estimate on my body fat percentage currently. I think I'm around 15%. I definitely gained some body fat since the summer, but still like 15-ish. No, I'm not worried about overuse injuries. I think I've had that problem before when I was training for the 410 bench. I was pressing 3 days a week, and I was also lifting very heavy. But yeah, like I have a frequency of slightly less than twice a week. It's like 1.8 times a week or some shit because it's asynchronous split. Thanks for the donation, Chris. Appreciate it.
I've had a very busy week. I'm fucking tired, so tonight I'm going to enjoy 300 milligrams of THC. If I don't come in chat, I'm probs passed out.
Okay. You should probably take it easy on the weed, but thanks, Bootycum. And thanks for the donation, Chris. Yeah, Cali muscles are retard. That is bizarre to me that the guy's okay with taking black market steroids, but he didn't want to take medication for his heart. It's fucking weird. But dumbasses be dumbasses, dude. Some people gotta learn the hard way. You ever had Biscoff cookies or cookie butter? No. Never heard of that. Is that like a UK thing? Thoughts on AI's Aromacin specifically? I haven't really taken AIs. When I first hopped on steroids, like I was only taking testosterone, I was taking 30 milligrams a day. And your glands are going to be sensitive when you first hop on. And I was getting gyno, but all I had was some like inflammation in the nipple and some like pain. So I took Arimidex. I just took 1 milligram 2 days in a row, and then after that, I didn't have to take any more AIs. I don't know too much about them. I know some of them can increase risk of blood clotting. That's probably the biggest, like, short-term risk. I'd avoid taking them if you can help it. I know some people like hyperaromatize. So, 200 milligrams had my E2 at 297. Holy fuck. My estrogen was at 75 when I was on 210 milligrams. Last time I had my test, I did 350 test. I was also on Boldenone, and my E2 was only at I think 34. I'll get some of my blood work done in a few weeks, and I'll just see where my E2 levels are at. But yeah, it just seems the longer I've been on steroids, the less sensitive my like nipples have been, like the gland. So I'm not really worried about gynecomastia.
Biscoff is lovely and vegan. Do you want me to send you loads to yours? Will customs take it away, or is Canada okay with food being shipped?
You should be able to ship me food. I don't want to give random people my address, though. Thanks for the donation, though, Bootycum. Ah.
Great news. VG, a judge in the UK, has upheld the right to criticize Islam. It's so nice to see a lawmaker from the UK that's spaced for once.
Okay, I can't take a look at that link right now. But that's good news. Seems like the UK hasn't been completely overrun yet. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
I'm not random VG, you know I already know it. Don't worry, no else ever finding out, so people don't even ask me.
Well, you actually don't know my address, and I'd rather keep it that way. Thanks for the donation, though, Bootycum.
Just got done pinning 250 test plus 200 milligrams melanotan 2, took my oral minoxidil plus testasteride. and bone smashed my Z ghost to maintain swelling volume, has been a good day.
Don't know if I agree with the bone smashing, but yeah, the testosterone and melanotan 2 is all right. Wouldn't recommend taking oral minoxidil and dutasteride. I'd just do it. I'd apply it directly to the scalp. I think people just, I don't know, man. Seems like a small proportion of people end up having issues with the DHT blockers, but the side effects just seem so fucking severe. It just doesn't seem like it's worth it to just keep your hair for a few extra years. Thanks for the donation, though, Pino. Ugh.
I do VG remember you said you would gut me like a fish, don't worry though, but I do want to send Biscoff.
You don't know exactly where I live. I don't know, maybe. Has anybody ever gotten this where you're like doing a chest exercise and then it feels like your chest muscle like popped your nipple out more than normal? Like it's weird, and then it like kind of hurts. And it's not the steroids. I had that like when I was natural. It's really weird. But it's like my nipple popped out of place. I like dislocated a nipple. Oh, it's cold as shit. Yeah, it's cold in the basement. I wouldn't say DHT is a trash hormone. DHT is important. It's an important hormone in neuromuscular junctions. So higher DHT generally means you have like more strength. It improves nervous system efficiency. There's also downstream metabolites of DHT, which seem to be important. So I wouldn't just eradicate your DHT just for the sake of saving your hair. DHT doesn't even seem to be problematic for your prostate. So it doesn't seem to contribute to benign prostatic hypertrophy or prostate cancer. Because again, dudes on testosterone, they don't have higher rates of BPH or prostate cancer. And it doesn't exacerbate prostate cancer either.
If steroids aren't bad, then why have so many people died from them, VG?
Well, they haven't. So like You know, there's some high profile bodybuilder deaths, but if you look into it, it's usually related to either recreational drug use or like just their lifestyle habits. You know, you've got like Greg Kovacs. That guy was over 400 pounds in the off season. He would basically just eat steak all day. And like I've heard stories, he would just sit at home, watch TV. His wife would make him a meal every couple hours. And it was usually like steak and something else, like some type of red meat. And like, yeah, when you're sitting down all day and just eating a ton of fucking red meat and getting up to like 400 fucking pounds, that's probably a bigger issue for you than the steroids you're taking. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo.
Maybe I haven't run it long enough, but I've been on the Minox Plus combo for about 6 months and seem pretty alright and still jack off 10 times a day. I am currently frauding sleep apnea and jaw pain to get mini screw assisted rapid palatal expansion, yay.
Are you talking about that MARP thing? Do not get a palate expander. You're going to destroy your teeth. If you have some orthodontic issue, go to an orthodontist. Get like braces or something. Do not get one of those palate expanders. You'll just turn into a fucked up, hideous freak. Like you're better off getting like a Frank Tufano jaw surgery or something. Like those things were never tested for efficacy. The guy who made it is not a doctor, not an orthodontist. He's literally just a fucking scammer. Some people seem to be like hypersensitive to reductions in DHT. Some people seem to be fine. Like if you're not noticing any problems from the drug, then you know whatever. But I wouldn't recommend, especially something as harsh as dutasteride. I wouldn't recommend using it to lower your DHT. I would just recommend it like topically, so that you don't get that systemic reduction. Ugh. Debate face IQ on carnivore versus veganism. Fucking Nick, you know, Nutrivore, he debated him. Face IQ is a literal retard. I throw that term around a lot, but he's like Frank Tufano retarded. That guy he may even be dumber than Frank when it comes to debating the topic. Like he's stupid as fuck. He might not have like the weird delusional narcissist issues Frank has, but he might be about as stupid as Frank. But yeah, that guy is so fucking dumb. And he's such a little stupid bitch, too. Like, oh my god, that guy is such a fucking pussy. I've heard he doesn't like weight training because he says it hurts. And then the guy's channel is like all about being as good looking as you can be. And he's a man. It's just fucking retarded. And then he's like talking about how carnivore is like best for your hormonal health. The guy's a bitch. Like, he's such a weak little fucking pussy. It's just insane. Oh yeah, Hair Cafe did a video on him. Androgenic and Clav also did a video on him. They called him Face Low IQ. That guy is just so ridiculous. He claims a carnivore diet is ideal for building muscle, and it's like, dude, the carnivore community is the most unathletic bunch of fucking, like, fags on the planet. The only exception, I guess, is like Sean Baker, but he was lifting seriously long before he ever considered carnivore. He had been an athlete for a long time, and I'm very skeptical if that guy stayed natural because he was hypogonadal. That was confirmed on blood work. And then shortly after that, he lost all of his fucking muscle mass, just melted away. And then suddenly, over a period of a few months, he gained it all back inexplicably. And his explanation for that is he changed his diet around. Well, you're on the carnivore diet. Like, what fucking change are you making where you just lose all your muscle and then gain it back after, like, blood work confirmed you're hypogonadal? So I'm a little skeptical that that guy is natural. He's very likely on TRT. And as far as I know, he hasn't gotten any follow-up blood work that he shared showing, like, his hormone panel. So... And it's also questionable if the guy actually follows a carnivore diet too. But yeah, Paul Saladino, he lost a bunch of weight and muscle and is like weak as shit. There's literally vegan, natural women lifters on YouTube who are stronger than him. Like, it's fucking pathetic. Ugh. What's funny with Paul too is like, I've seen him talk about his workout routine. He's a fucking pussy. Like, the guy talks about how, oh, I don't like lifting heavy weights, you know? What kind of fucking dude talks like that? Like, especially for his age. Like, I'm younger than he is. I grew up watching, like, Arnold Schwarzenegger films where you have, like, Conan the Barbarian, Terminator, the Predator. Like, that's what I grew up on, and that's kind of what I wanted to be. Like, you see a physique like Arnold just fucking kicking ass, and you're like, fuck yeah, I want to lift weights and shit. And then here's Paul literally lifting lighter weights than fucking girls lift. I don't like lifting heavy weights. I like to focus on, like, range of motion and, like, just rolling around on the floor. It's like, dude, what a bitch. But, like, yeah, again, the guy who's like, oh yeah, carnivore is great for testosterone is afraid of lifting heavy weights. Like, it's just so fucking retarded. I mean, if the guy knew anything about, like, strength training too, like, The stronger you are, the better you are at like practically every fucking sport. So the fact that the guy only ever deadlifts like 225 at most, it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it's just pathetic. Absolutely fucking pathetic. Who do you think will win the Arnold Classic this year, specifically the Open? Not Nick Walker. I don't know what the fuck the deal is with open bodybuilding, but the judging is just an absolute shit show. What's his name? Derek Lunsford. Why the fuck is that guy winning Mr. Olympia? He's clearly used some form of sight enhancement in his biceps. Like, that's obvious. You can see the photos on stage. He has like no definition in his arms. He also lacks definition in his shoulders and chest. He's done something where he's done some form of sight enhancement that's destroyed the definition in his arms and probably a lot of his upper body. He also has he's also lied about knowing what PMMA is, and he claimed he never looked into PMMA, but then there's like literally a video online where he's at a plastic surgeon's office talking about fucking PMMA. The guy looks terrible. And then he wins. He also has these like fucked up lumps in his lats. He like, and his quads just look like chewed bubblegum. It's hard to fucking explain. Like, they don't look big and like voluminous and powerful or anything. It's just like this weird mish of chewed up shit. And he's definitely injected gear directly into his quads, because if you look at old photos of him, he was clearly injecting large amounts of steroids directly into his quads. Some people do that because it does artificially inflate the muscle a little bit. So he's been doing stuff to like fucking with sight enhancement in some form or another for a while, but it's been a detriment to his physique. And that guy wins. And then like you look at the next 10 placings, they all just destroy fucking Derek Lunsford, in my opinion. I just do not understand open bodybuilding at this point. And like, I think it's a joke that Nick would even come in whatever place he did. Like, again, if you look at the next 10 placings, they absolutely destroyed Nick Walker. Ugh. I have a feeling he has done PMMA, because I was looking at some chest training he was doing where you can see his arms moving up and down and his biceps like don't move. It looks like a weird solid block, kind of like Rich Piana. But yeah, it's just a joke that guy's Mr. Olympia. Like, you can't tell me if you have a lineup with like Urs Kalsinski and Derek Lunsford, Derek looks like he's more deserving for a Mr. O title. It's just retarded. So it's all politics, backroom deals, and shit. That's what it seems to be. Ugh. Yeah, I think Andrew Jack should have won. Um, in my opinion, I think Urs had one of the best physiques on stage. He should have probably been in like at least the top 5, even though he is smaller. Just the quality of his physique and like his posing routines are also fantastic too. Um, there's the other guy too. He trains with Brett. What's his name? Brett the Butcher, whatever. That guy was also really good. He should have placed higher. But yeah, the open bodybuilding judging is just fucked right now. I don't take it. I can't take it seriously, and I'm not even interested in watching it because it's so stupid. Classic is a much more interesting division because the placings make sense. You know, you can always make an argument like Mike Summerfield should have came in first rather than the Brazilian guy, but like the placings make sense. You can at least understand, you know, why somebody was placed the way they were, but open, it's like, what the fuck's going on? Just completely nonsensical. Yeah, Martin Fitzwater. Oh, jeez. I can't scratch my fucking back anymore. Yeah. Gig down 14.5 on crypto. Yeah, there's going to be a downturn in the crypto market for a while. Pretty much investing in anything right now is a huge, huge gamble because Trump keeps randomly deciding to put tariffs on things. So there's no way to make a safe bet on the market. The only thing that's relatively safe right now is gold. And that's just because there's a economic downturn. Who was the... I know there's a big name investor who bought a bunch of alcohol stocks because he's figuring a lot of people are just going to turn to alcohol to cope with the shitty economy and everything. Pretty bleak. Yeah, I'm doing push-pull legs. Technically, it's push legs pull. I've decided to do legs before my back workout. Precious Metals got nuked a couple hours ago. Yeah, that's Trump for you. Feeling good. Yeah, it might have been Warren Buffett. Jesus. Thank you for the donation, Chris. Appreciate that. I tend to warm up pretty slowly on overhead press, just to be safer on my shoulders. So I start off with pretty lightweight. Are you juicing now for extra strength or just muscle growth? Well, they're not mutually exclusive. If you grow muscle, you're going to get stronger. But I'm interested in both. Do you pin your shoulders? Yeah. I did my left rear delt this morning. Ugh.
If it's just me, but I'm struggling to get a good job. All I wanna do is work and get jacked, but my career path is not looking good. If it's cause I'm a guy, but I see more women and beta gay faggots getting hired on the spot with no experience. Like WTF?
I've had a similar experience to that. So one thing to note is you're not crazy. There's actually a bias against hiring white men in particular right now. So companies are preferentially hiring women and avoiding hiring men, but white men in particular. That's why you see dumb fucking cunts with no job experience, no education, don't take the job seriously, don't work hard, have no real ambition, getting hired. Whereas you're far more qualified, work harder, and you're also not going to like quit the job because you got pregnant. So, yeah, there is a bias against hiring men. I've also found if you're a threat to somebody, they're less likely to hire you. So if they sense that you're highly competent, you're probably going to move up the ladder and you might take their job or something, they're not going to hire you. They're going to hire people that just aren't perceived as a threat. So I think that's another aspect to it too. I remember when I was in high school, I just wanted a part-time job. And the gym that I trained at was hiring, young kids to like clean up garbage or put the weights back, something like that. I applied. They told me, "Oh, the position's already filled." My fucking retarded Indian friend, Satinder, fucking went to the gym, asked them for the same job, they hired him on the spot. And this fucking jackass only showed up for 2 days of work, and then he just got too lazy to show up, and then he got fired 2 weeks later because they realized he wasn't even coming into work. And I was like, what the fuck? So, like, they straight up tell me, no, we're not hiring anymore. And then my fucking idiot, skinny Indian friend, who's a lazy fucktard, they hire him. I have no idea. That was baffling. I've also noticed there's like age biases with things. When I first started doing photography, I think I was in my late teens, or early 20s, and I looked a little younger than I was, I think. And a lot of people didn't want to hire me because they thought I was like, kid or something. Um, there were like some people who took a chance hiring me because I was like offering a better price, and they're actually really surprised how good the photos turned out. They didn't expect I'd be able to make, good photos. So like that's also another thing too. If you look younger, people don't take you as seriously. It's fainting a little bit, but that's just a warm up.
What's an aggressively overrated anime or other TV show?
I'd say the most overrated TV show of all time has to be Breaking Bad. That was just stupid. Um, there were so many plot holes in that show that just can't easily be explained away. You just had characters inexplicably just doing some of the dumbest shit. Most overrated anime has to be Demon Slayer. That is basically if you made Berserk, but for dumb, retarded children and girls. The plot makes absolutely no sense. Everyone looks like a retarded baby with a big balloon head. And it's just a gay, lame, basic bitch, like PG-13 faggot plot. It's got the same basic story beats as Berserk, only again, it's just made for fucking children. There's no like rape horses or like rape baby demons in it. Or just rape in general. So yeah, Demon Slayer's unwatchable. Like that is just fucking, oh my god. I remember everyone was talking about it. I decided to give it a shot. Very first episode. What the fuck is going on? Why did he do this? That makes no fucking sense. This is stupid. Totally checked out. And I was like, wow. It's what's hilarious too is you'll meet like so many fucking women who aren't interested in anime who like Demon Slayer. It's kind of like when you meet a girl who hates video games, but she'll play like fucking some shitty game like Mario Party. Dodo Donators and SJW say it's impossible to be racist to white people, and yet whites are being job deprived. It's definitely possible. They're just fucking idiots. Thanks for that donation, Dodo.
VG, I already told you. Fat doesn't lift the weight. Muscles do. Slow cut is the way. You'd maybe stop fainting doing a rep on OHP. How are you gonna smash someone on their fucking head if you keep fainting on a warm-up set? Huh?
Well, don't worry, as long as the weight moves, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Thanks for the donation, jackass. So yeah, I'd say that's a huge red flag when women who like are not interested in anime at all, like Demon Slayer. That just tells you it's just fucking pure garbage. Again, it's like one of those video games where even people who don't like video games enjoys it. Like it's just made for fucktards. I fucking hated Mario Party when I was a kid. I don't know. Like, it's just so bad. I never liked Mario Party. I thought they were all just so stupid, especially the one for the N64, where you, like, literally cut open the middle of your hand on that one stupid game where you have to, like, do the analog stick thing. Fuck yes. Oh, that's hard. Not passing out. I remember they used to sell the special glove for the fucking N64 because that stupid Mario Party game. I can't remember which one it was, but you had to move the analog stick as quickly as you can so everybody would get the palm of their hand on that hard-ass plastic analog stick with the ridges, and you do it so much you'd literally cut your hand open. Fucking hated Mario Party. Thank you for that. Appreciate the donation, 9014.
Have you heard of the show The Darwin Incident? Has a lot of vegan themes. Can't tell if it's good for the movement or not though.
I've heard of it. I've heard the name. I don't know anything about it. The most vegan promoting anime I've seen yet would have to be Promise Neverland. That had a horrendous ending. Even the manga, for whatever reason, the author just got lazy, gave up, said "fuck this shit," and within like an episode, yeah, the story's done. Everyone lived happily ever after. The end. It just like ended abruptly. Like it was bizarre. The first season's great, but yeah, the ending is just shockingly horrible. Same with the manga. And Gantz, the manga Gantz, has a very explicit, strong vegan message at the end. I don't think enough vegans have actually read Gantz because I never hear anybody talk about the vegan message in Gantz. But yeah, Gantz is great. I highly recommend reading Gantz. That's just a fucking masterpiece. That's like Berserk tier good. Thank you, 9014. Excellent spam as always. Yeah, Goblin Slayer was good. There's some anime where the plot basically revolved around rape. And people were like kind of making fun of it for practically being a hentai. I can't remember the name. It was actually really good. It's definitely not everybody's cup of tea. But basically, it was about a fucking guy who. It's not an isekai, it just takes place in a fantasy world. But it was basically about this guy who was a slave who had healing powers that people were like taking advantage of in a horrible way so that they could benefit off of his powers. But then his power grew great enough where he learned how to fuck everybody over and like take advantage of them. And he started like manipulating girls' minds, raping them and shit. Like it's actually got a good plot. It's not. Yeah, redo of Healer. That was actually really good. Not just because like I like rape scenes, but it was actually a good plot. Yes, I'm on roids. I think that's kind of obvious based on how I look and the title of the stream. Whew. Oh. Oh. Holy shit. I don't know if I'm holding my breath in too much. Oh. Well, thank you for that, 9014. Appreciate the donation. Favorite hentai? Might be Love to Quad Part 3. I just like the scene where he fucks the girl in the ass on the train in front of everybody. It's kind of hot. And she, like, literally just moves her panties out of the way and, like, begs him to fuck her ass. I like that. Ugh. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna do some more reps with lighter weight. Yeah, like public sex is pretty hot. Especially like it when other girls are watching. It's too bad you like can go to jail if you do that. Overhead press hurts your lower back. Um, you are going to get more leverage leaning backwards when you do overhead press, but if you're having lower back pain, you might just be doing it too much. Or you're like tensing up your lower back muscles in a weird way. I would just make sure you use a weight belt if you're overhead pressing, especially if you're taller. I think you just kind of need some supportive equipment. I'm not on T3, I'm on T4 Synthroid. I had low T4 because of the growth hormone, and I had really fucking bad water retention because of it. And I was also getting really fucking horrific muscle aches. But since being on the T4, that's all resolved. I'm totally good now. I don't know, I have trouble breathing enough. I feel like I am holding my breath in too much, but trying to breathe more, it's hard. I think using fat grips on deadlifts is probably stupid. Do you think the UGL Cialis gave you water retention? Well, low thyroid can increase, what is it, like peripheral, or no, it's like capillary permeability, and that can cause water retention. And apparently anything that's a vasodilator also does that. So it may have been a combination of factors, but I definitely noticed when I took the UGL Cialis, instantly fucking bloated. Yeah, I threw that shit out in the trash. Hey, Wandering Mason, what's up? You know what game I fucking hate too? Mario Kart. What fucking ruins it is that stupid turtle shell, where if you're in the lead, it'll force you to the back. Like, that's not a fucking racing game. That's just stupid. Like, that's the dumbest fucking mechanic that completely ruins the fucking game. Nope. Too tiredy wiredy. Oh yeah. You can only get the good shells if you're in last place. Like, it's just stupid. Like, it's not a real game. It's just a dumb game made for stupid kids who can't actually play video games. So they just add in some stupid broken mechanics so that a dumb kid will be like, I won this time. Fucking retarded. I don't know why anybody likes Nintendo. Like, most of their games do genuinely suck. They're also like the most scumbag, greedy fuck company. Like, holy shit, you buy something on their online store, under no circumstances will they ever give you a fucking refund, even if you haven't played the fucking game yet. And if you buy shit from their online store doesn't transfer over to new consoles. So if you bought something like on the Wii U, and then you get the fucking Nintendo Switch, all the shit that you bought on the Wii U is gone. You have to buy everything over. Like, how the fuck does anybody like Nintendo? Ugh. The only good game they've made, or I guess games, are the Zelda Breath of the Wild. You know, those those two Breath of the Wild games they made. Everything else is just crap. They don't even really have any other games on their systems. And like ever since the N64, they've always had really, really small game libraries compared to other systems. Yeah, Super Smash Bros. Melee was good. The last two Smash Bros. Games they made weren't that great. Brawl sucked. But that last Smash Bros. Game was just fucking boring. Some of the DLC characters were kind of cool, like Kazuya, but there's some really weird choices with some of the roster. Like they had Simon and Victor Belmont, which are basically the same fucking character, rather than having like just a different character like Alucard. Especially with the popularity of the Castlevania series on Netflix, like why the fuck wouldn't they have Alucard? Oh wait. Oh, I want the 10. No, haven't seen the new Avatar. Um, Are there any like sexy alien shots? Like the first Avatar, there were some scenes that I could jerk off to. Um I didn't bother watching the second one. Like it didn't look like any of the aliens had good butts or pretty faces in the second movie. But like the first Avatar film was okay. It's not like spectacular, and second film didn't get great reviews, and I'm just not interested in the third. If there's like some sexy aliens that you can jerk off to, though, maybe I'll watch it. Yeah, I know. Species 2. I mean, some of the blue aliens are pretty sexy. Like they got these slim bodies. Some of them have nice, cute bubble butts. So it's too bad. Like they can't just have like full-on porn scenes in mainstream movies like that. Like, dude, Avatar would be so much better if you could see like the Na'vi getting fucked. Yeah, we do have AI. Oh. No, I wouldn't fuck Candace Owens. I can do a lot better than that. She's she's not particularly attractive. It's kind of funny. It's like she accuses every fucking woman of being trans when there's a lot of trans girls that are prettier than she is. Like, if she were to tell everybody she was trans, like, they'd believe her. Oh. Oh, oh, oh. I gotta do some dead hangs after this workout. Yeah, I saw Nicki Minaj as a Trump supporting Christian. She's kind of fucking stupid. Like, especially considering, like, everybody in the rap and hip hop community is black, smokes weed, do party drugs. A lot of them are involved in like criminal shit. And Trump and his administration are like crazy fucking wacko racists with really fucking regressive policies. Like Trump said, he thinks drug dealers should get the death penalty and shit. He took out a 3-page ad in a fucking newspaper saying that a group of black men that were wrongfully accused of rape should all be locked up or killed. Like, why the fuck are there like black people in the rap and hip hop community like supporting the guy? They're just so stupid. But yeah, this is why democracy doesn't work. There's just too many fucking idiots. If everybody doesn't even know what the fuck they're voting for, what's the point? What ethnicity of trans women do you prefer? Well, I guess I'd have to go with Asians because they look the most feminine to begin with. So, probably have smaller wieners too, so that also kind of make it easier for me. Oh. Oh boy. Oh. Um, should weigh at least 240 right now. Someone is very, very fucking stupid. Take a fucking hint, dumbass. Who do you think would win in a fight, Greg versus Jeff Nippard? That's a tough one because Jeff Nippard's kind of a massive pansy. And Greg's kind of an old dude who doesn't fight. I think I'd have to go with Greg because I could see Greg, if his life depended on it, gouging somebody's eyes out or something, or biting somebody. I just can't imagine Jeff having enough like hate inside of him to really try to hurt somebody.
You are thick, solid, and tight. I feel insecure because of your virility and girth. How can I become a big brown bear like you, VG? Kisses and hugs, be my Valentine.
Lift weights, eat plenty of tofu, and take steroids. That's the secret sauce. Thanks for the donation, though. Microwave poop. Somebody sent me some weird poop fetish video on stream once, and it was some vegan girl shitting on a dinner plate for some like porn website that like specializes in people who are just into poop. And then the people filming were like impressed by her like fat turd, and they kept asking her about her diet and like genuinely getting interested in veganism because they really liked her shit. And then I was looking through some of the comments, and there were people who are actually considering going vegan if their shit would be as good as hers. It's fucking bizarre, so you never know. Oh. Yeah, that's some very unique activism for sure. Oh. Oh my god. My back. I'm being censored. Will not stand for it. JK, sorry, Lord Gaines. Meant no disrespect. No problem, dude. Thanks for the donation. That's not a trap exercise. It's a shoulder exercise. Like, you're gonna work some traps, but it's not really trap exercise. I don't know, like, I know Mike Isertel said upright rows work traps. They don't. He's kind of an idiot and doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Shoulder reduction does not involve the traps, so I don't know where he got that from. Ugh. You can do as many upright rows as you want. You'll never get big traps unless you're doing some sort of like shrug or just having like a lot of weight on your traps, like heavy deadlifting. Again, like, it doesn't matter how wide your grip is. Your traps don't do anything with shoulder reduction. Your traps do nothing when you're doing this movement. So you might feel it a little bit because your traps have to support your shoulder to some extent, but the only way you're really going to grow your traps is primarily just doing really heavy weighted shoulder shrugs, especially with a wide grip. Or you just train them incidentally, like when you're doing heavy deadlifts. So, like, again, I don't know where Mike Isertel got that. Like, you can try, and you'll notice your traps will not grow at all. Mike Isertel's a fucking idiot. Dude. Like, just think about this. The guy's a fucking millionaire, and at the peak of his career, it looks like his wife left him. Like, when does that ever happen? Like, it's... So, the guy is, like, so fucking intolerable. His wife would rather work as a fucking doctor and work ridiculous fucking hours and live on her own and shit than stay at home, do nothing, do whatever she wants to fucking do all day, but also have to deal with him. So it's that guy must be a real fucking train wreck. Talking about Mike Israetel. And the sex jokes are just like pathetic. Like every fucking joke is a penis. Such a fucking retard. Like it shows you how stupid the guy is. He literally makes the same fucking joke over and over and over again every video, and it's literally penis. Like, yeah, this guy's a fucking genius, right? Yeah, I love how the guy claims that he's so smart, his intelligence can't even be measured. And he literally said his IQ scored 160, but the only reason it was 160 is because that's the highest the test goes. And then the only joke he can ever come up with is, penis. Or sometimes he says, small penis. Fucking dumbass. Yeah, and the guy with a 160 IQ has one of the most, like, trash, retarded PhD dissertations I've ever fucking seen. I wouldn't even get a passing grade in high school. Oh yeah, that dude's a full-on narcissist. He says some of the dumbest shit too without even realizing it. He cried talking to ChatGPT. Oh man. Shows you why his wife wanted to fucking leave so bad. Holy fuck. Like, that really shows the relationship problems were going on for a fucking while. Imagine, like, wasting your time talking to a fucking chatbot about personal issues when you have a fucking wife. Holy fuck.
Will you play any fighting games in the near future?
I was considering picking up Tekken 8 again. Seems like they're unfucking the game a little bit. So maybe. I really like playing Kazuya. He's my favorite character by far. Thanks for the donation, the vegan Chad. Injustice 2 should still be coming out, even though Netflix bought WB Games. And I'm sure they're eventually going to come out with a new Mortal Kombat. Like, I always play the new Mortal Kombats, even the shitty ones. Thanks for the donation, though, dude. I don't know if there's any other good fighting games coming out. I'm not excited for the new Marvel game that's being developed. They're not making MVC4 or anything. Yeah, I think the same people who made Blaze Blue and the DBZ game. They're making that new Marvel fighter. It doesn't look great to me. The character designs just look fucking stupid. They have like some anime kind of style. It just looks like shit. Everybody just has the gayest, dumbest looking fucking costumes. Oh. When I look it up, our APM has a ceiling of around 145. But it's a matrix reasoning test, which is prone to learning effect. Well, even just standard IQ tests, you can just take them over and over again and get better at it. That's what that fucktard did. The guy who claims to be the smartest man on Earth, who anytime you criticize any of his dumb ideas, he just says you're a pencil neck who can't bench 500 pounds. The guy just took IQ tests over and over and over again until he could get the highest possible score. Currently learning my new leverless joystick, and it's hard as fuck. You mean a hitbox? Hitbox is... I can't... I just fucking can't. It's so... Like, I get why. Like, it's better, but... Yeah, I just fucking can't commit to learning something like that. They're banned in a lot of tournaments, too. I don't know if they did that with Tekken. So I remember some of the older Tekken games. They were totally broken with hitboxes. Oh. I've seen Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. I'm not like interested in fighting games enough to like play every fighting game. So like if a new Tekken comes out, or a new Mortal Kombat or Injustice or Virtua Fighter, like I'll play it, but yeah, like a game like that, just I don't have enough interest. I haven't played any of the new King of Fighters games, partly because the 3D model ones just look like shit. I don't think King of Fighters lends itself well to 3D models like Street Fighter, especially since like they just don't really put enough effort into making it look good. Yeah, they're coming out with a new Virtua Fighter. It looks really good. I was a Dead or Alive fan too, but then they just completely fucking destroyed that series. The guy who created the original games left, and then the people who are running the latest game were like woke feminist SJW fucktards, and they made all the girls wear like not revealing clothing because they thought it was sexist. Which, well, like that's one of the big fucking selling points of Dead or Alive, like the fucking sexy ass girls. It's so retarded. There's some other mechanical issues with the game though, but yeah, Dead or Alive used to be really sick. Ugh. That's just like crazy to me that there are people that are so ideologically motivated that they deliberately like make less money and they'll bankrupt their own fucking companies because they don't want to show girl tits. Like, fucking nuts. Like, imagine deciding to be broke because you don't want to draw girls' tits. Yeah, Dead or Alive was dope. I think Kasumi was the hottest girl on the roster. I really like white panties. That's one of the reasons why I really like Sailor Moon. They all wore white panties. I think white panties are just sexy. I don't know why. Ugh. I also think superhero themed panties are also fucking sexy. Like if a girl has Spider-Man panties on, that's pretty hot. Need a 5. Soul Calibur had some fucking sexy girls too. Um, there's that ninja chick Who was it? Tally or something? The ninja chick with the red leotard and the really big tits, and Ivy. They were probably the hottest. Thoughts on low dose HGH for fat loss, 2 IUs per day. Supposedly, fat loss benefits for HGH top out at 2 IUs. I don't think that's the case. I think the more you take, the more fat loss you get. That's what I noticed anyway. Especially if you're a man, you're probably not going to run into side effect issues with 2 IUs. And I can tell you from personal experience, HGH definitely makes a difference for fat loss. If you're like considering like bang for buck, retatrutide is less expensive and it's definitely going to be more beneficial for fat loss. Human growth hormone's a very expensive fat loss drug if that's what you're using it for. Like your money would be better spent on just Reta. Oh. Why is it so expensive? It's just hard to make. You have to genetically modify bacteria to produce the peptide. Then you have to extract it and purifying it without damaging the peptide. It's just hard. I've hit a stall at 1,500 calories per day. So first of all, if you're eating 1,500 calories a day, there's no chance you're having a stall in weight loss. At least assuming you're like an active man. If you're like a sedentary midget, I could see that possibly happening. But a lot of people are unaware of this. There's a thing called starvation edema. If you're eating very low calories, you're going to have starvation edema. And what you'll typically find is you could have weeks where you won't have any noticeable weight loss, and then all of a sudden your weight will dip like 5 or 10 pounds. And that's starvation edema. When I did that crash diet where I lost 70 pounds in 3 months, that's what was happening. I would have like 2 or 3 weeks where there'd be no weight loss. And then suddenly, like, I'd have a week where I lose 5 or 10 pounds all at once. So yeah, if you're eating 1,500 calories, like, you're losing body fat. Like, at least if you're like a normal sized male. If you're like a female midget, maybe, but yeah, if you're a normal sized, fairly active man, you're losing weight. I'd also get your thyroid hormone checked. Get your free T3, free T4, and thyroid stimulating hormone looked at. Because with severe caloric deficits like that, you could have very low thyroid output, and that can slow weight loss.
I hit a 535 squat yesterday. Also, did you see Andrew Wilson was on Joe Rogan? Maybe react to some of that today?
Nice, dude. That's some good strength. And, yeah, I heard Andrew Wilson was on Joe Rogan. I don't know if anything was particularly interesting. Apparently, he just talked about stupid shit like cryptids. So, Joe Rogan's so fucking stupid, dude. It's kind of weird how he'd have somebody like Andrew Wilson on when he's not really Christian. Like, I guess Joe's. I know Joe kind of said he was more interested in Christianity because of Jordan Peterson, but it's weird that he'd get somebody like Andrew Wilson on. Like that guy, especially for somebody like Joe, Andrew Wilson doesn't believe in dinosaurs. So it's like doesn't seem like the right fit for that podcast. But yeah, I can maybe take a look later. Thanks for the donation, dude. Talk about fertility and testosterone. There's no evidence that you're likely to have long-term fertility issues. So going off testosterone and taking something like HCG, most people don't ever have trouble having kids. Plenty of dudes don't even need any fertility medication while they're on TRT. You'll see a lot of bodybuilders conceive children when they're on high doses of gear. So it's kind of massively overhyped. If you want to be really safe, you can freeze your sperm and everything, but my advice is don't have kids. Get a vasectomy, take steroids, be as infertile as possible. And then you don't have any fucking dumb bitches or dumb fucking kids who can steal your fucking money. Then you can get all the fucking cars, motorcycles, video games, and shit you want. Yeah, I got a vasectomy.
I'll check shipping for the Biscoff later or Tomro VG. I'll be zooted beyond belief in about 6 hours, so no guarantees, just doing gym now.
Okay, well, you don't have my right address. I keep telling you that, so you can't send me anything. But thanks for the donation, Bootycom. Ooh. Oh, son of a bitch. All right. All donesy. Onesie. Ugh. Shit.
I'll send it to all the houses on the street.
Okay then. Thanks for the donation, Booty Cum.
Biscoff for the whole street except Isaac.
Well, we live in the same house, so I don't know if you can really do that, dude. Oh. Oh my god. Oh, I really gotta do some dead hangs. Oh. Thanks for the donation, Booty Cum.
Every time the Joe Rogan podcast Twitter account asks who they should have on next, the replies are always spammed with Nick Fuentes. My guess is that Joe won't hold off much longer.
Yeah, he's probably gonna be a fucking dumbass and let that Nazi on his fucking podcast and then let him just talk a bunch of bullshit. So, yeah, that's Joe Rogan. Thanks for the donation, though, nigga. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed the workout. Yeah, I'll be streaming later. I'll probably be on around 6 p.m. I'd say 6, 8. See. But yeah, probably somewhere around there. I'm going to make sure that I don't fall asleep and end up waking up at like 3 a.m. But big thanks to everybody who donated on Streamlabs. Really appreciate it. I'll see you all later. Keep making those steroid gains.